Cool.
We're here at Milepost 5 in Northeast Portland with mainstream media reporter Melissa Halstead and property manager Samantha Myers. Milepost 5 just approaching her year anniversary. This is a beautiful community for artists here in Northeast Portland. Melissa's had a chance to look around, both the art and the courtyard outside, and Melissa, you had some questions.
Yes, my first question is, how do you, what kind of art do you see?
Here at Milepost 5?
Yeah.
Here at Milepost 5 we see all different types of art. Whether it be abstract, we have people who sculpt, we have people who do encaustic art, which is with beeswax. It's an old Greek way of doing art. We have poets, we have actors and actresses, we have people who use kilns. We have all different types of creatives that live here, and you might not just see the art visually, you might have to read it or taste it.
Right. And also, like, is there like what is the age range for people living here?
You need to be at least 18 years old by the state of Oregon, or be emancipated and have proper documentation if that's your case. But typically at least 18, and there's no caps on how old you are or what your background is, where you come from, how good of an artist you are, how bad of an artist you are, whatever it is. As long as you're over 18 and you qualify per the screening policy, we'll accept you to be a part of the community.
Great. And also, how long has Milepost 5 been around?
That's a great question. Milepost 5 has been around since October of 2010, specifically this building, which we refer to as Phase 2. Phase 1, which is next door, which are our condominiums. Those are available for purchase. We have 54 units. Over half of them are sold. The rest of them we have rented out, and those ones are available for purchase. Over here in Phase 2, which Phase 1 has been around about 4 or 5 years, a few years longer than over here at the studios. But the project was completed in October of 2010, and it's been a fully functional residential and commercial artist living community.
What is your favorite thing about being property manager here?
My favorite thing about being property manager at Milepost 5 is my interaction with my residents. This is not a normal apartment managing job. I don't just, sign leases and do maintenance requests. I'm involved in the arts. It's so much more different than a typical property manager 9 to 5. It's very rewarding, and it's very fun to see people transform and start their careers out, or people who have already great careers that are established but become more well-known in the Portland metropolitan area just by being a part of Milepost 5. It's really fantastic, and I'm very blessed to be a part of it and very fortunate that they gave me this opportunity to manage the community.
Oh, wow, great. And then what is one of your favorite memories about being here?
One of my favorite memories about being here at Milepost 5 probably are the Shakespeare plays that occur in our internal courtyard. We have a courtyard that's on the inside of the studios building only, holds a couple hundred people, and I would say that I enjoyed A Midsummer's Night Dream by William Shakespeare. They did that in the courtyard last summer, and it was fantastic. I think that's been my favorite, in conjunction with the First Friday events.
And then, how much, if, say, someone, say like a tourist wanted to come and see one of your shows, how much would it cost normally?
Well, those shows are done by a company that rents out the theater space, and they charge what they can. I believe they ask for $10, but it's pay what you can. So if you could only afford 5, they'll take it. If you can't afford anything, they just want people to come and enjoy Shakespeare.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Samantha.
Thank you.
And I had a couple of questions. Everyone who lives here is an artist?
You need to be a creative of some sort.
Okay.
Whether or not it's art or it is food. Maybe, you're a caterer and, you create beautiful food. There's all different types of art, so it's kind of subjective to one's opinion. But people really don't want to live here if they're not a creative, because
absolutely.
What fun would it be? You really wouldn't fit in too well.
Yeah. And then I would imagine that the property manager of a very creative place like this has to be an artist as well. It seems like it would be a job requirement. So what kind of art do you do?
I don't do traditional art, however, I appreciate it, and traditional, paint to canvas art. It's something that I want to start doing. I've always been involved in the arts in different capacities, whether or not it was acting and doing drama growing up. I love to sing as well, like Melissa, so I enjoy arts probably in its entirety.
And I guess a last question, it must be pretty inspiring to have just all these artists around. I mean, I would imagine that there's a lot of learning, a lot of synergy that happens among the residents. Can you talk about that a little?
100%. I think it's contagious, the energy, and obviously, like I said, I'm not an artist per se visually, but I have an interest now more than I had in my past, and it's kind of sparking and pulling out a creative in me. So it does that within the community itself with already creatives. It just brings out the creative in you even more. And then sometimes, you have a writer's block. Maybe it's a writer who can't figure out what they're going to tell in their next story. So they leave the room for 15 minutes and they go and they talk to their neighbor and they get an idea. Or they don't know how to complete a piece and they say, well, what do you think fits in well with this? And it's great to just draw from others.
Yeah, sounds great. Well, we are very